Hi, it's Carrie from Macmillan Library in Wisconsin Rapids, and today we are taking a little tropical vacation in the middle of December to Jamaica. Tonight we are making Jamaican coconut rice, which is amazing. I've made this before and it is delicious. It's got a nice little coconut background and it's just absolutely delicious. So I always like to give a little bit of history or some sort of information about the dish that we're making. And I went online today and found on Jamaica.com some information about Jamaican rice. So we call it Jamaican coconut rice. In Jamaica, they call it rice and peas, or they also call it coat of arms. That's one of its nicknames. And that came from the 1930s and it is still used today in Jamaica. So if you ask for coat of arms, they should maybe know what you're talking about, I suppose. So this rice, it's called rice and peas because in Jamaica, they actually use something called pigeon peas, but they're kind of hard to find here in the Midwest. So we're going to use kidney beans today as a substitute. You can really use either or. You can find it on most Jamaican restaurant menus, and you'll find it on the table at many Jamaicans' houses during any time of the week. So just a little background for you on the Jamaican coconut rice, or rice and peas, whatever you want to call it, or coat of arms. So I'm going to go through the ingredients with you very quickly. So we've got a tablespoon of olive oil. It does say that you can use coconut oil. You can use whatever you have on hand. I don't have any coconut oil, so I'm going to use olive oil. I've got a finely chopped green onion. I've got 1 clove of garlic, finely minced. I've got 1/4 teaspoon of dried thyme. I've got a 1/2 teaspoon of salt. I've got 1 cup of white rice that has already been rinsed. I've got 1 cup of water, 1 cup of coconut milk, and we've got some red kidney beans. So I just use canned kidney beans. It's just easier. You can, if you like to use dried kidney beans, of course you need to soak those ahead of time. I don't have time to do that all the time, so I just use it from the can, which is just fine. So what we're going to do first is we're going to get our pan. Got quite a large pan, just so everything fits inside there nicely. We're going to turn that on to kind of a low heat, and I'm going to add my olive oil and let that get hot. Our oil has heated up nicely now, so we are going to add our sliced onion. We are going to add our garlic, and you want to make sure that you stir this and not cook it too long because garlic will burn fairly quickly and you don't want burnt garlic. And we're going to add our thyme as well. So we're just going to give that a stir, kind of let the smells kind of happen there, and then we're going to add our liquids. So we've got a cup of water, got our cup of coconut milk. Try not to drop that. We have got our kidney beans. So we're going to add all 3 of these right now. And just give that a little stir. We're going to bring this up to a boil before we add our rice. Our liquid mixture has started to boil. So at this point, we are going to add in our rice and the salt. We'll just give it a quick stir just to make sure it's all underwater, or under liquid. I guess I should say there's not just water in there this time. So we're just going to give that a quick stir. I'm also going to add the salt. Give that a stir. Make sure the salt is all stirred in. And then what we're going to do is we're going to put a lid on it. And we're going to cook that for about 15 minutes. You want to make sure to check on it, probably at the 12 or 13 minute mark. Depends on your oven and things, the size of your pot. There's a lot of variables, so you don't want it to burn on the bottom. So just check it. And if all the liquid is still not done being absorbed by the rice, then cook it a little longer. It says 15 to 20 minutes, so it should be just around that time. Our rice is finished cooking. There is no more liquid left in the bottom of our pan, so I'm going to take this off the heat. I'm going to cover it with my lid completely, and we're going to let that sit for 10 minutes. We're not going to touch it. We're just going to let it sit. That's going to let the rice absorb the rest of any liquid that's in there, and it's going to separate the grains of rice, and it'll be beautiful in 10 minutes. Our rice has been sitting now for 10 minutes, and look at how beautiful that is. All the little grains of rice in there, and the onion, and the beans, and the thyme. It smells amazing. You can smell the onion and the garlic and the coconut. Oh, it just smells absolutely delicious. So hopefully you make this soon and you enjoy it. What I'm going to do is I'm going to make some jerk chicken. I found a recipe online, and basically it's just jerk spice. You can actually buy that at the grocery store pre-made if you'd like. There's also jerk sauce that you can just marinate your chicken in and then just cook it up. I'm going to serve that with the rice, and it will be a delicious meal. Enjoy.